Hey everyone, and welcome back to Unfiltered. I'm your host, Alyssa B.
And I am your co-host, Mr. Marlon.
And welcome back, guys. I recently wanted to talk about something that's personal to me. As you guys can see, I'm back in my hijab. And for those of you who have followed me previously in my earlier content days, I wore a hijab regularly and I spoke about that pretty often. I backslid from that for a little bit and I stopped wearing the hijab. Never stopped practicing my religion. I just stopped wearing the hijab. So let me make that clear. But however, it's Ramadan. Ramadan has now started. Today is day one of Ramadan. And so I'm back in my hijab as per my religion. And I'm participating in Ramadan this year. So as a Ramadan, we, even outside of Ramadan, as a Muslim woman and as a Muslim period, we do pray 5 times a day. And some of those prayers do fall during my work schedule, especially my evening work schedule. And so was having a conversation with my boss, and this is what I wanted to talk about today, is I was having a conversation with my boss about it being okay to get additional break times during these prayer times so that I can accommodate my religion. You know what I'm saying? And so he at first said, yes, excuse me. And then he comes back and says that he has to check with higher ups in the company before he can give me a definite answer. Now, at first, I thought that that was weird because we've never, as any company I've ever worked for, there's never been an issue with, the Muslim people taking extra breaks for their prayers and things like that. We accommodated that. It was something that, they accommodated due to our Constitution. Our Constitution says we have the right to practice whatever religion we choose. So due to that, companies were more inclusive and were willing to give breaks and stuff for these prayer times. But now I'm beginning to see that with the changes that Trump is making in our government and the laws, and especially with like the discrimination too, these are things companies don't have to accommodate anymore for us. So if they choose not to, they don't have to. And that made me feel some type of way about it because at the end of the day, it made me feel like I have to choose between my faith and my religion and my beliefs and my job. And I need both. It's who I am. It's my life. I need both. I need the job to keep the money coming, to keep the bills paid. But the religion is my spiritual growth. I need my spiritual growth too. I can't shut my spiritual growth down because I can't get accommodations. So I was able to, bring it up to a couple of my coworkers and the ones that I actually work on shift with, and they did agree to cover me for the 10 minutes that it would take me to go do, the prayer. And it's only two a day. It's one at the very beginning of the shift and one at the very end of the shift. So it's not going to interfere enough with my work time that I can't get done what I need to get done. And I just was wanted to talk about this and bring this up because I know that there's a lot of other Muslims in the world, especially here in Michigan. I live in Michigan. And so Dearborn is one of our biggest, has the highest population of our Muslim communities. And so I'm just trying to figure out, does anyone else have these issues? Is anyone else concerned about this? You know what I'm saying? I don't. I was talking to another girl the other day on live who we were talking about Muslims and companies being accommodating and things like that. And she had mentioned Amazon, for example, where
Right.
they are so all inclusive. They have an entire facility inside their warehouse where they work, where she works at, that is designated for the prayers. They have them facing the right direction for where we're supposed to pray, facing north. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
that's Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon has the or not north. I said the wrong direction, guys. I apologize. But they have the rooms like that they set up for prayers. They have them set to face Qibla, which is the direction that we have to pray in.
Right.
They have rugs on the floor. They have prayer mats and cubbies, she said, that you can pull out and use. They have music that they play that matches with the prayer vibe and atmosphere. It's like they're all inclusive. And I'm worried that that's going to change. I'm worried that that's going to change now that Trump is making so many changes. And I've been watching, and I had this conversation again with another person who supports what's going on with Trump. He doesn't support everything. He supports some of it. And what he was mentioning was what he was supporting was the changes that are being made to cut out the expenses that America was paying for, unnecessary expenses that we were paying for.
Right.
Which I guess in a sense I'm okay with that too, because
Yeah, like
if there's a place where we can save money at, let's
right.
do that.
Yeah, like in the area they're claiming that there's Social Security checks going out to people monthly. That's like 200 and 300 years old. I don't know how true that is, but yeah, that's crazy if that's true. That's crazy. Yeah,
Yeah, now I was
and the
hearing
checks
that.
are being cashed, I guess.
But there's a lot of people out here in the world who are, and it's horrible to say, who are going to scam the system.
Yeah,
No matter what changes you make, no matter what you do, there's going to be people out here that scam the system. And I think that what Trump is doing is trying to alleviate some of that.
yeah,
I know, I think it was you that mentioned there had been so many let goes in the IRS. I think that was you that mentioned that to me, due to some of these like scams and fraud and things like that. So I'm not saying essentially that everything Trump is doing is bad, but I just feel like he's not going about it the right way.
yeah, yeah.
It puts a fear in my heart that, is this country going to be a safe place for those who are different?
Yeah, he's a very aggressive president, very
Very
aggressive,
much so.
and it's awkward and it's weird. I'm learning a lot, like the Second Amendment, not the Second Amendment, but the 14th Amendment, where
Mm.
he's talking about the birthright citizenship. I'm doing some digging into that, and I'm finding out some pretty interesting stuff.
What are you finding out so far, if you don't mind sharing?
Well, I did not know that the 13th and the 14th Amendment, in Trump's argument, he's saying that that was something that was meant only for African Americans, like slave descendants. He's
Okay.
saying that, if I'm understanding him correctly, he's saying that it was never meant for other immigrants that's been coming
Okay.
here for years. And that's his basis for putting people out, per se.
Okay,
He
but
said,
what makes him feel like, this is my question then, because there were immigrants then too. When there was slavery times, they were bringing other people other than just blacks over on
right,
ships for slavery. You know what I'm
right.
saying? So
Yeah,
what makes you feel like it was only designated to the black people in the world?
yeah, I'm guessing
That's my question for him, is basically what I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah, yeah. I don't know the
Because if
answer.
you're honest, if we completely honest, us black people were all immigrants too.
Yeah, yeah,
Because they brought us over here for slavery. Like, we weren't originally here for slavery. You know what I'm saying? They brought us here to this country for slavery. So wouldn't that be what apply his argument just a little backwards to me. You get what I'm saying? You're saying it's not meant for the immigrants, but if you think about it, black people were immigrants too. Y'all brought us over here for slavery.
right,
We didn't
right.
originate here in this country for slavery. You brought us here.
I'm wondering, does he
Just saying.
understand the magnitude that immigrants do for this country? Like
He
the money,
doesn't.
it's like he's missing that whole part. It's like,
I think he's missing that whole part because he's only focusing on the part where the immigrants that are coming here and not doing anything to help our country
mhm,
and are just collecting the immigrant check. Because the government was giving money to immigrants to come to this country.
right,
And there are people in the world, I just said this, that do take advantage of these things. So maybe
yeah,
everyone does, but maybe
everybody,
he's only focusing on the small part of people who are taking advantage of it for the wrong way reasons. You get what I'm saying? Who are not using it the right way. Like, this money was given to you as an immigrant to help set you up and be successful in our country, not
right,
for you to sit here and pull from, just
right.
to pull. You get what I'm
Well,
saying? You were
I
supposed to
guess
build off this money.
right, and I guess I would have to pause right there and ask this question. So, if you are going to focus with individuals' flaws, how does that look and sound coming from somebody who was convicted of 30 felonies? I'm
I'm
just
still
saying.
trying to figure out how we even allowed him to run for president as a felon,
I'm just saying.
because
I'm just
felons
saying.
can't even leave the country to travel on a passport, let alone run for president. So I'm still trying to figure out how we even allowed him to run for president as a felon. But To each its own. It's not my business.
And we have a constitution that speaks directly to insurrectionists. And I'm trying to figure out how he got past that. And it's
Money rules the world. I just have to say this. Money rules the world, and money can buy you any spot in any, lack of a better word, any room.
wow.
Let's
That
be honest.
wow.
We have to be honest with it. Like, let's be, if we're going to be anything, let's be real. Let's be 100% real. Money rules this world. Money rules this entire world. And the more you have it, the more power you have. And that is the problem that we've had with Trump, is Trump and Elon Musk and some of these billionaires out here, they have more money than everyone else. They have more money than some of these government officials. So they're using their money to rule this world.
Yeah. Yeah.
The state of our government is not in a great place because people of power are people of money who are driven by money. And I keep saying this, the president, I feel like in our country needs to be someone who is not driven by money, greed. Like I said, I get what Trump and Elon are trying to do. They're trying to essentially cut out the extra expenses that are not needed in places that we've been giving money to. I understand that. That makes sense to me. In my logical brain, logically, that makes sense to me. Okay. But you're not going about it the right way. And then your background behind it and your evidence for your arguments don't match. They just don't match. And so you just make yourself sound stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's hurting so many families on like an epic level. So, I mean, like our agriculture, you putting out all those immigrants, what's going to happen to those? Who's going to do that?
But do you know that those immigrants that they rounded up and to send back to their country, especially the Mexican ones, do you know they're not even in their country? They're sitting in a detention center somewhere here in the United States because Mexico has shut down the radio waves for them to travel over the wall that Trump wanted built. And do you know what the Mexican president told him? He said, well, if you didn't fight so hard for this wall, you could have just drove him over here. Like, do you see how crazy this sounds? It's just the logic. So now all of these poor people, women, children, families are now sitting in detention centers, probably with the worst conditions ever,
Yeah.
because our president is an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you heard the way he talks about the cartels?
No, I can't sit and talk. I mean, not talk. I can't sit and listen to Trump talk for too long
Yeah.
because then the stupidity that he has in him comes out. And I just be like, this is my president.
Yeah. I just shake my head when I look at the TV. I just be like, I asked my wife, I said, did you hear what he just said? Did you hear that?
It's just crazy. I wonder if he hears himself when he speaks.
He's too arrogant.
Like, do you watch back and watch yourself and be like, damn, that sounded stupid?
He thinks he's a king, Alyssa. He thinks he's a king.
I want to have as much confidence as Trump in the world, okay? Can someone help me tell Trump to rain some of that confidence on me? Because
I don't need that kind of confidence. Man,
we're
real kings don't have. King Charles don't have that kind of confidence the way he going around acting. It's like,
but it's more than confidence. It's more arrogance. It's
yeah,
stuck up. It's I'm better than everyone around me. No one is better than me. That is his thing. Like, he is number one. I'm the best, and everyone else just falls behind me. And it's like, bro, you're only up here because of some of these little people that you stepped on, my guy.
yeah. And
You
he's
think that the consumers didn't help you make the money that you have right now?
yeah. And
We have to spend our money for him to make it.
he's actually brought the level of that office, the level of respect of that office. He's brought it
Brought it
down.
down.
Yeah.
Brought
So
it down.
up there, the world is looking at us like Canada's like, so you want us to be your 50 what state? And it's like Greenland, Panama Canal,
There's just all of the craziness that this man is doing, and I just can't understand it. It just doesn't make any sense. And I'm more disappointed in us as an American people that you guys sat and listened to this man talk and thought that this was who we needed to be in office.
Yeah.
I'm
And he
really disappointed in it. It just makes me feel like, is there any more people out here who are educated for real?
literally sat there and told them people what he was going to do.
In layman's terms, he didn't sugarcoat it. He didn't none of that. He specifically told you what he was going to come in here and do. And y'all sat there and read this and heard this and was like, "Yep, this is our president. Yep, let's put this man in office." Like, you didn't sit there and be like, "Man, this man sounds like an idiot." I get some of what he's saying, like some of it makes sense. And I'm all about making it make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? If you can make it make sense to me logically, then I'm all for it. But it's when you can't make it make sense to me that I'm just like, what? And that's why I said some of the things that he has said and that is doing makes logical sense to me for the betterment of the country. But everything else, you just sound like an idiot, sir. And I don't understand where this is coming from. And then is anyone aware that Elon Musk has Asperger's? He's not an idiot, but he's on the spectrum.
Really?
Yes, Elon Musk has Asperger's, which is a high functioning form of autism. It is on the spectrum. My son has it.
Oh, wow.
And basically, it means that they don't understand social cues. They don't understand sarcasm. They don't understand basic human functionalities when you function as and do you know what I'm saying? Because I struggle with it with my son. He's very
Right.
aggressive because he thinks people are making fun of them because he doesn't understand the social cues.
Right. Right.
Those things take a toll on and play a role in how you view the world and how you do things. Elon Musk is not viewing the world in the same way that someone without Asperger's is.
A rational person or whatever. Yeah.
Not
Yes.
rationally. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's like you have to look at the quality and the caliber of the people that we're dealing with. And I'm not saying anything's wrong with Asperger's and that someone with Asperger's can't run the country. I just want you guys to understand the background behind the people that you're supporting.
Yeah.
Because some of the things that the people that you're supporting out here in this world are not doing right, are not doing right. And the whole point of us as the United States that we stood on was that we were all equal
Yeah.
regardless of what we looked like, regardless of where we came from, regardless of what our religion was. And I just feel like this is no longer the thing in our country anymore.
Yeah.
That's
Especially.
what made immigrants want to come to our country in the first place, is because we were all inclusive, so
Right.
diverse. That's changing. And it scares me that it's changing because what is this country going to look like in 4 years?
What is this country going to look like at the end of this year? In 4 years?
So much is going on in the world, you guys. And I'm telling you this because I want you guys to pay attention to what is going on in this world. I'm not one to watch the news because I hate to see the bad things that are going on in this country. But at this very moment in time, y'all, we need to stay informed, especially us as people of color. We need to stay informed.
Right.
Please, please stay informed. Even if you don't agree with what's going on, stay informed. Have your knowledge. Don't be ignorant.
Yes.
Don't
Yes.
be ignorant, please.
Yes. Even if you choose not to get involved,
You don't
stay,
have to. Just stay informed.
yeah, stay
That's
informed.
all I'm pushing here. I'm not pushing anyone to get involved because, like I said, the country can be a very dangerous place for us people of color with who is currently running it right now. So, no, I'm not telling you to get involved. Stay in your lane, mind your business. Your name is Bennett and you not in it, okay? But stay informed. You can be not in it and still be informed about what's going on. And that's all I'm trying to push for y'all is to stay informed, stay protected, because this country is going to be something different by the end of the year, by the end of next year, by the end of this term for this man.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, not only stay informed, when you are in public, going out and about, you keep your head on a swivel.
At all times.
You know what's going on around you, and you talk to your children and you give them directives that, look, when I send you to school, you go to school. When school's out, you come home.
Come straight home. There is no nothing. Don't pass go. Do not collect $200. Come home.
Home. That's right. Focus.
Focus. We're
That's it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
But yeah, I just just wanted to talk about this, not just about like my religion, but what's the state of our country right now. I'm trying to stay informed on everything. So once a week, I'm going to come back here and give y'all some more information about what I found out. Because, we like to change up these topics. But
Absolutely.
right now, I want you guys to be so informed about what's going on in your country that I'm staying with this topic until you guys are aware. So you guys are aware. Because if you're not going to research it yourself and you're not going to stay informed on your own, then come watch my podcast and stay informed here. We will keep you guys informed on what is going on in this country. Marlon stays on top of it. He shares it with me. I've been staying on top of it. I shared my insight with him. So stay informed. Come get your insight from us, guys. Okay? So
Yes.
until next week, guys, I'm Alyssa B, and this has been Unfiltered.
I'm Marlon Cornish, your host. This is Unfiltered, and it is always a pleasure.
Have a good night, guys. See you later.